When we were getting ready to move from our Connecticut homestead, we did a video about the things we weren't gonna miss. You're not in this shot enough, are you?
I am.
Gotta grow a little taller, and so we made a video about the things we weren't gonna miss from our old homestead, and one of the things we talked about was the bugs.
We live in a town where for some reason there are just bugs everywhere.
I'm not even acting. There's something biting my neck right now. I don't know if it has to do with the stream right there or what, but the bugs here are so bad.
I don't miss the bugs in Connecticut. Honestly, we don't have the same kind of bugs because we were near some water in Connecticut. We had those little flying gnats. Every time we would go outside, that would fly into your eyes and in your mouth and nose.
And when we made that video, a lot of people commented and said, oh, you're not gonna get away from the bugs everywhere, you whiner. But no, the bugs here are not as bad. They are nowhere near what it was at our old homestead. But
one thing we had in Connecticut that we still have here are flies.
That's true. You are never going to get away from all the bugs. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the things that we do to get away from to handle the flies. You can't get away from the flies.
Today we're going to talk about all the options that are out there for fly control.
Nice. That was a better one.
Yeah, we're not talking about like what we do. These are all my fly notes. So I've done a lot of research to figure out what we can do for flies around here. It'll probably help a lot of other homesteaders too, because we get a lot of questions from people about fly control. This time of year, you see it all over the country, read it on the forums, read it on Facebook. People are having issues with flies. Flies on their cows, flies on their goats and their horses. Chickens are fine because they just eat the flies. So now for every area of the country it's going to be different. Every area of the world it's going to be different. There are so many things that people have designed for flies because it's such a big problem. Flies will reduce the milk you get from your cow because they're irritating her. They'll suck the animal's blood. I'm having flies on me right now.
Oh, I know. As I was filming this up at the cows, they were all over the place. Let's walk and talk.
When we're talking about flies on animals, it's not quite the same as a house fly that gets in your house. They don't normally bite and they die pretty quickly. On the animals, the flies will be biting, they'll be blood sucking, they'll make your animals irritated if you're trying to milk them. They will reduce production on your animals because they're stressed. So if it's hot outside, this is a really hot time of year. We're in the high 80s, 90s. And instead of being able to rest in the shade during the hottest part of the day, what the cows are doing is they're stomping and they're flicking their tail and they're moving a lot to try to get away from the flies. So it's making them even hotter than what they normally would be. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Farm animals aren't the only animals that get irritated by the flies. Poor Bones over here, he gets them. And we've seen them so bad on him, they'll bite his ears and they can get those ears raw and bleeding. And if a dog has that happen, they can actually get infections from that. And we don't want that, dogs.
Poor Bobo.
Oh, poor Bobo. I have never seen him eat one fly ever.
I saw him go out at that fish carcass, so
Good.
There's that. All right, so we've got face flies,
Set it up.
flies. There are so many different types of flies. Face flies, stable flies, horse flies, horn flies, house flies. So many different kinds that are gonna bite. They'll suck the blood of your animals, make life miserable for them.
While we're doing this, we're getting bitten by flies because we're standing where the livestock are. Wherever there's a lot of manure or a lot of feed, the water, all the things where livestock are attract flies. You can make it a little better if you allow the chickens in where the cows poop. They'll scratch and claw at the poos and remove any eggs. Ducks and chickens will eat flies, same with guineas. The animals themselves have some natural defenses to the flies. They have their tails, they're smacking the flies. Kay told me the other day that sometimes you'll see animals standing head to tail like this with each other's tails, flicking the flies for each other. We leave all the swallow nests in the barn because right in the evening as the sun's going down, you'll see those swallows come out and they'll start gulping up bugs. Same with bats, they'll come out and eat a lot of the flies. We definitely like to use as many of the natural ways as we can to take care of the bugs. But in addition to that, you do need some products.
Hold on, let me look at my list. This is the nice thing about this spray. You want some more?
Yeah, let me try it.
I just had a moment of horror when my wife was spraying fly spray on her legs, and then I realized it was natural fly spray, which we are testing out this week. I can use this on our legs, one of the benefits of a natural fly spray. You can put it on a steak.
That's another way. What? Poor things.
They are getting hammered.
Oh, it's awful. Because flies are such a problem on the farmer homestead, there have been a lot of products made to deal with them. There are oral larvicides, something that the animals will eat to control flies. There are fly predators, insects you can buy. There are traps and tapes. There are natural fly sprays you can use. There are chemical pour-on sprays or powders, fly tags. That's a little big, huh? We get a lot of questions about the blindfolds on the cows. They're not actually blindfolds, they're fly masks. Come on, back. Let me show you this. You take this off of her so you can see. Some have accused Austin of being a hipster farmer. Because I guess we use fly masks for the cows. Now, if we had a herd of 200 beef cattle, 50 beef cattle, it wouldn't be practical for us to have masks on them. But I have 2 cows, they're right in my backyard. They're friendly enough I can walk up to them and put on a fly mask. That's important to me because Ladybug is blind in her left eye from pink eye. For me, if I can cut down on that risk, a fly mask is $11 or $12, these cow ones that are made. For me, what that saves me on medication or having to treat her or Luna for pink eye is worth it to me. And they're my cows. Call me a hipster farmer if you want, but I think it's worth it. People ask all the time if the cows can see out of them. Yes, they can see great. Because it's mesh. It's not a piece of cloth that's obstructing their view.
Got it.
Just mesh.
Gotcha.
Gotcha! It was on the camera!
It is important to take them off regularly though. We had one person tell us that someone they knew didn't, and a fly got in there and laid eggs in the eyeball and the cow got pink eye that way. Make sure the mask fits well, that no flies can crawl in there, and take it off regularly, daily, every night to monitor them.
If you are dealing with pink eye with cattle or you're interested in how to treat it, one of the latest episodes of Cody Creelman, Cow Vet's podcast, he's got a podcast now, he talks about pink eye. If you haven't watched any of Cody's videos here on YouTube or checked out his podcast, if you have livestock, it's really, really interesting. I love Cody, and eventually he's going to be on our podcast when I start doing the podcast again. But anyway, you can click that link and go check out Potty's podcast. Cody's podcast. Sorry, Cody.
Let me get her. If you have a cow who doesn't like you to put a halter on or anything, what helped for her, 'cause she doesn't really like it, is I'll have it laying kind of inside the feed bucket, so when she goes to take a bite, it goes right over her nose. I put it over her ears and just clip it shut. I've also heard from people that feeding well-balanced minerals to the cows can make the flies not so bad. If anyone's had experience with that or has something they can recommend, please tell us in the comments below. Another thing we've done this year is used fly sprays to control the flies on the cows. This week we're going to be comparing some of the more natural fly sprays, the ones that use essential oils or things you have around the house, with a fly spray you would buy from a farm supply store, say Tractor Supply or something like that. We're going to try them out. We'll see which one gives the best results and which ones last the longest. All right, so this is the first one we'll try. This is Art and Breeze. You ready?
Yeah.
If you want to make sure you don't miss out on our fly spray throwdown video, sign up to the email list because I will now be sending emails out to everyone on the email list when their videos come out.
Didn't you?
I did, but we just got the internet back. Now I'll be doing it actually.
2 weeks ago.
So, no, this week. It happened this week. I have the video to prove it.
No, it happened. Thursday was a week.
Okay, a week and like 2 days.
Oh.